Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, kids of all ages. We are gathered here to celebrate Kyle Joseph Petrus' bar mitzvah and Talia Rose Petrus' bat mitzvah. See, the Petrus family and I go way, way back in the day. We first met at the intersection of Friends Boulevard and Forever Street. Actually, to tell you the truth, we met in the 5th grade hallway.
We start a new Jewish month today, and therefore we also celebrate with the Petrus family, and we're so excited here at TBI to do that as Talia and Kyle become B'nai Mitzvah.
The first time I saw Kyle, I was like, whoa, that kid has some serious flow. I clearly remember his crazy poofy hair. See, for Talia, it's a different story. I didn't meet her until the end of 5th grade or beginning of 6th grade. We were relatively good friends, aside from the part that she abuses me in the hallway. You know what I'm talking about. Either way, Talia, if you abuse me or not, we will still be friends, and I will be just as annoying. Congratulations, Talia, Mazel Tov. Kyle, I think you should grow your hair back out like the way you had it in 5th grade. Good job with your Torah portion today. Congrats on becoming a man. Mazel Tov.
When I think of who I want my kids to be as they grow up, I want them to be exactly what you see in that movie. I want my very shy daughter to be exactly who I saw on that screen. No one would ever think that boy could encapsulate his gifts and his energy so cleanly as what's on display in that movie.
I would like to end the speech with 2 quotes. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. George Bernard Shaw. A good friend is a connection to life, a tie to the past, a road to the future, the key to sanity in a totally insane world. Lois Weiss.
It kind of didn't feel that real before. It's just like, oh, I'm having a bat mitzvah just like everyone else is. But then later on it felt more like, oh, it's actually gonna happen. Especially when we started trying to choose the theme. I wasn't really sure, I didn't have any ideas.
We got the portion in August and we looked it over once, like a half an hour before our first lesson. And we knew that we both didn't know it right off the bat because it was just totally new stuff.
I could barely read it. Then my mom started helping me more. Sometimes I got really mad and would scream at her. And then I started practicing with Kyle, and he would make fun of me and then tickle me. It was just fun.
I mean, these kids work 6 hours a week, plus service obligations, plus the years in front of that, to learn a Torah portion, to think about this, to worry about all the nuances of it and what their friends are going to think, the whole thing. I mean, it's really a build-up when you think about it, all culminating into their B'nai Mitzvah day.
When I saw them during the service, to watch these youngsters up in front of a group of people, I didn't realize just how well poised Kyle and Talia were. And for them being naturally much more quiet people, I was amazed at their sense of being in front of such a large crowd and how they held themselves. And I marveled. I absolutely marveled at them.
Since Talia was the younger one, she didn't want to go last, and she wanted the easier parts, which weren't hers. The second and the fourth one were more difficult, so I got those. I think they're actually equally as difficult, but yeah.
I've never been good at public speaking, so I think when the rabbi gave me a paperclip to play with when I was doing my whole speech, then that really helped. And I still do that because now we have to take public speaking classes at school. And it was funny when I dropped it because I had to reach down while sitting there and people were looking at me and my friends were making funny faces, especially the ones that weren't Jewish because they'd never been to anything like that before. So every time they had to stand up, they'd be like, "Oh, we're standing up again?" And it made me laugh.
They film movies together, they talk about things. I mean, there'll be times we find him in her room for 2-3 hours talking about stuff. The same the other way. Never happened in the previous couple of years. They were, the proverbial cat and dog. So yeah, I think it definitely has brought them together. I think they got impressed by each other a little bit too.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
I always said Kyle's always been an older man in a younger body, and he's living up to that from the day he was born. He has an incredible dry sense of humor that pops out at the most interesting times. Talia's very quiet and very reserved. However, if she feels strongly about something, she has no qualms about saying how she feels. She also does not bend to peer pressure, which is very interesting in a girl her age. And it makes me incredibly, incredibly proud of her. The reason we decided to do a video, it's entertaining for the audience, but seeing how Jim and the kids, and I always love putting on shows such as that, in different forms, that was something that sang to us.
We need your help, everyone. We know the seventh stone must be here somewhere.
Yeah, and you need to find it. So everybody, look around the chairs and tables, quick! Go!
The party, the whole thing is just a lot of fun. Definitely the live action I loved. Acting, just a lot of fun.
Wait.
What?
Isn't this right?
I thought so. What? Why isn't it working? Did we, put the ordering wrong?
Wait! In Hebrew, we read from right to left. Quick, reverse the order!
For a while he had a lot of self-doubt, and it was starting to break him down a little bit. But by the B'nai Mitzvah, he's recovered all that. He is exactly who he was, 6 months old and a year old. I'm happy with who they are. I told him, this is the piece of you that I hope you embrace and carry forward in your life.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you. We had a great time.
One of the most astonishingly positive things about a B'nai Mitzvah was that it was an effort-driven, disciplined activity that always culminated in some type of celebration event.
Kyle is just a quiet gentleman with his friends. He's always the stable one in the group. He doesn't mold to his friends' likes and dislikes. He is who he is. He has a very wonderful sense of self.
He's got an extraordinarily generous heart and a calm way of displaying it. Oh, he had the chance to step up and show it to people.
Talia's a different story. She is wise. She can snap up an idea and it's there. Her level of reading and just thinking abstractly is so extraordinary for a 13-year-old girl.
I find that Talia could be a paleontologist, an archaeologist, a teacher for both history and English, a really good author. She loves to read. She reads nonstop. She loves history. And just for English, I think she could be good for that because she reads a ton.
There was such a nice feeling from the people that were there, and I think the nicest part was just seeing the smiles on Kyle and Talia's faces. They were having such a wonderful time with their friends, with the adults that were there, with the family that came from out of town. They just had the absolutely best time.
I'd like to thank Cantor Shamash, who helped me make this a wonderful experience. Rabbi Kalev, thank you very much for helping me write this speech. And also thank you, Mom and Dad, for putting in hours upon hours studying with me. Stacy and Yochi, thank you so much for all your encouragement throughout the year, and thank you to all my friends who have helped me throughout this year. And saving the best for last, thank you for my sister Talia, who I'm sharing this day with. Chodesh Tov.
I would like to thank my parents for supporting me and listening to me chanting my portion and prayers. I'd also like to thank Kyle for being a good big brother. I could only hope it'll stay that way. A big thank you to the rest of my family for all the information on Judaism and supporting me. Last of all, I'd like to thank my friends, Jewish and non-Jewish, for being here for me. You have all given me the courage to continue making this possible.
It was different because throughout the whole experience before, I mostly thought it was all about my brother, and at that moment I kind of realized that it wasn't just about him and that it was also about me.
My daughter is ridiculous with reading and comprehension. I've literally never met anybody that's been able to read faster than me. I gotta work hard just to keep up with her. My son is very self-assured with some things, but similar to my daughter, he keeps it well cloaked. And it puts a smile on my face to have him walk up there and command a podium.
We are so, so proud of both of you. It's nerve-wracking to be up here, and you've done beautifully. Mazel tov.
I had to get somebody advice for their bar bar mitzvah. I'd say, don't back down from, what you don't know. Keep on practicing. It will all jumble together and become one of these awesome pieces that you'll truly remember your whole life.
Look at this one. Don't you smile. Who said it? We didn't tell you to smile.
Statues laugh too. Together it gets electrical. We attracted to each other like two opposite poles, pulling towards each other. We can't say no, and won't say no. So hot in here. I wish I had a window. Everything okay?
Should we leave you alone?
Are you sweating, sir? Got me exploding like I overloaded, baby. Let's go. You got me feeling alright.
You got me feeling alright. You have all given me the courage to continue making this possible. Chodesh Tov.
game's intense, isn't
Don't
it?
blink. Don't blink. Don't
Pepsi.
blink. Pepsi.